I mean, honestly speaking, the number one thing that I have noticed in this top 1% men who are so very different than the 99% of population is this basic instinct called finding a dream partner, not easy. Finding a dream job or landing a dream job, not easy. Starting your own successful business and sustaining it, not easy. Having a healthy personal finance, not easy. Having a healthy body, mind and soul, not at all easy. The only thing that can probably make it a fair bit easy is this basic hack, is this basic. Alright, so we live in quite a populous country and this population often breeds in fierce competition. Yes, competition to succeed, competition to love, competition to prosper, competition to become attractive, competition to live a happy life. So when kept unchecked and not dealt with at the right time with the right effort and knowledge, this competition can breed in some insecurity, jealousy and comparisons as well. None of which is going to help you get ahead in life. None of which is going to help you become 99% better than the average population or men around otherwise. So if there is one thing that can give direction to this competition, gentlemen, if there is one thing that can give meaning to your hustle, then it is this. Rather, it is the concussion of these 6 principles. Principles that will eradicate your competition from the ground zero. Principles that will get you far ahead in life. Far ahead than 99% of the population you see around as an episode. So what are these principles, you ask? How do we implement them in our lives, you ask? Well, let's talk all about it. Gentlemen, my name is Mayank Bhattacharya. This is Life Essentials. Let's do it. Okay, so first thing first, it all starts with accounting. The game starts with responsibilities and ownership. The very first thing that you can do right now in your life to get far ahead than the average population around is taking account of everything that you have tangible and manageable in your life. The very first thing on this list being your time. Now, people often confuse this. They often get caught up in this productivity loop when they are trying to mimic or when they are trying to imitate somebody else's routine, somebody else's lifestyle, somebody else's daily tracking habits as a replicable system in their life. I say fuck that. That's not at all advisable, that's not at all replicable and not at all practical in your own personal life. Yes, inspirations and motivations are fun. Watching somebody's morning routine and evening routines are fun. Watching someone being productive on Instagram or YouTube can serve you as a motivation, can serve you a dopamine hit to the cause. But if and when you try to mimic their whole system, their whole routine into your own life, it becomes a very problematic thing to deal with. So to keep things simple and to keep things tailored and custom to you, here's what I would want you to do. I'll want you to take out your phone and start writing things down. I'll want you to open up your notes or your calendar app and start writing down everything that you are doing on a daily basis for the next 30 or 60 days on the go. I don't want you to replicate somebody else's routine. I want you to create your own custom routine for your own optimum productivity and growth. So from the very time you wake up till the very end you go off to sleep and everything else in between, the time you eat, the time you work, the time you work out, the time you take your food, the time you take your nap, everything needs to be documented in your notes or your calendar app. This is going to serve as a template with which we can start budgeting and accounting for the endless amount of time that we have in our disposal. Because gentlemen, every personal transformation heavily relies on the data that you have, and data is very powerful. Data is highly underrated. The more data you have about your own life, your own routines and your own habits, the easier it will be for us to alter it, the easier it will be for us to make changes to it and tailor it to our own needs, our own goals and for our own growth. Because gentlemen, this same accounting principle, this same taking notes of everything that we are doing on a daily basis principle is going to help us a lot with our career, finances, fitness, dating and friendships as well. If you can't be held accountable by yourself, if you have to constantly rely on foreign powers or miscellaneous apps to make it happen for you, then chances are your consistency will be affected, you will be frustrated and you will be deviated from your macro goal. So learn to become more objective in your life. Practice being more objective in your life. Start meditating and start writing your daily activities down. Start tracking your daily tasks down. Now, the only reason we are starting our accountability charts with time is because when we are young, that is the only thing we have abundance of. So in order to live in this abundant world, in order to live an abundant lifestyle, we first need to know how to account for the abundance that we have. The very first thing we learn in this case is accounting for our time. Now, once we have started accounting daily for our time, once we have a decent blueprint of our time, we can move into accounting for other things as well. Yes, things that will only add up to us becoming better than the 99% of the population. What are we eating? When are we eating, and how much calories are we consuming from it? We have to keep a track of it, and we have to be very mindful of it. When we are young and new into this process of fitness, when we are young and new into the process of changing our body and making it stronger, more muscular or more ripped than before, we have to use every tool available with us to help us aid the process. A phone and a notepad can do the trick for us. If you want to go very old school, you can have a pen and a diary and write it down for you. But the important thing that you have to keep in mind here is accounting for it till the time it becomes a natural habit in you. The same principle will apply to your workouts as well. If you're not progressively overloading your weights, if you aren't progressively getting stronger in the gym as the day progresses, then chances are there is something not right in place. How do we know it? Well, we keep the track of things and we see where did we plateau, why did we plateau, and what are the changes we can make either to our diet or to our exercise so that we can eliminate being plateaued. Same logic, same principle for your fat loss or for your weight loss journey as well. If you wouldn't know how many calories you are consuming, chances are you are consuming a lot more than needed. If you don't know how many calories you are burning on a daily basis, then chances are you are not burning anything, for God's sake. Getting in the calories from the right sources and eliminating the unwarranted calories from the unsolicited sources are something you have to keep in mind when you're trying to transform yourself physically, when you're trying to become stronger, fitter, and a much more happier and a healthier version of yourself. Now, how would you do it well if you aren't a good tracker? How would you do it well if you aren't held accountable? Now, of course, one easy yet expensive way to do it is hiring a personal trainer, hiring a nutrition coach who can keep you accountable and keep you on check with it. The more difficult yet more rewarding path is when you are accountable for yourself, because this becomes a habit, this becomes a part of your active daily lifestyle. Finance, fashion, friendships, or dating, the same very principle, the same very concept, my friends. Accounting for everything that you're doing, taking notes of everything right and wrong that you're doing, and making the needed corrections. The very basic, the very fundamentals of personal finance is accounting and budgeting. If you have some cash flow coming in, you have to know where are you spending most of it, why are you spending most of it, and how can you save most of them, how can you redirect or invest most of them. You wouldn't know shit if you are not held accountable or if you're not maintaining an account, an active account for it. When you see the available data and when you see it right in front of your eyes, things become easy, things become very organic for you. For fashion, style, and image, well, Instagram and Pinterest are your best mate. I mean, most of you watching this video aren't influencers, so you don't have to worry about your Instagram feed or your Instagram algorithm. You just have to start using the app as an accountability tool, or you can even use Pinterest if you are an active user on that website. Now, what you need to do in this case is, one, you need to start dressing well every day, and you need to start taking pictures of yourself dressing well every day and start sharing your outfits or start recording your outfits in this online accountability library called Instagram or Pinterest. The more you do it, the more consistently you do it, the more feedbacks you'll receive and the more fun it will become. The more outfits you wear, the more photos you post, the more photos you post, the more outfits you try. This becomes a cyclical loop and you keep getting better at looking good. Dating, relationship, or even going out on an arranged marriage meet, this is the same principle you have to keep in mind. What went wrong when I went out with that girl? You have to have a logbook, you have to have some records with details. 99% of the population aren't even comfortable enough to take responsibility, accountability, and be objective about their growth and the needed change. They are complacent, lethargic, even incompetent, and absolutely comfortable in being all of these three things. You want to be the change. You want to be the top 1% among the other men. This ride is not going to be easy. Your accountability check is not going to be easy, especially when you see yourself failing day by day. But you need to see it in order to not fail going forward in the upcoming days. I mean, it does not matter what your goal is. It does not matter how and where do you want to go ahead and settle and prosper. If you have a goal, if you have some objectives, if you have some missions in life which you do want to achieve, and if one of them is being in the top 1% of the men among all the other competition you see around, among all the other average men you see around, you have to take charge, you have to take the ownership, and you have to be accountable for it. Finding a dream partner, not easy. Finding a dream job or landing a dream job, not easy. Starting your own successful business and sustaining it, not easy. Having a healthy personal finance, not easy. Having a healthy body, mind and soul, not at all easy. The only thing that can probably make it a fair bit easy is this basic hack, is this basic accountability check. Give it a try. Let me know how did you find it in the comment section box down below. But for everything else, there's TME Basics. I'm wearing the white crew neck that we have recently restocked on our website, tmebasics.com. And for everything else, you can even try out Cavs Grooming's Heads Up, probably the strongest hair paste in this country, the sexiest hair paste in this country for your super sexy good looks. In case you're someone interested in becoming one of the most attractive men around, be in the top 1% of attractive men around, then I would highly recommend you give both these brands a fair try. But for now, I'll head back to office. I'll keep making more videos. I'll keep pushing you to become your best self. I'll keep holding you accountable so that you can become your top 1%. See you in the next one, gentlemen. My name is Mayank Bhattacharya. Thanks a lot for watching. Jai Hind. Take care. Bye. Unlike all the other hair paste and waxes available in the market, this is very natural. Yes, Heads Up is indeed scalp friendly. So, no shying, maximum styling. Now, like everything else, mastering a hairstyle is also a time-consuming process. The first few tries, days or weeks might take you longer than usual to style, but with time and patience, this will become second nature to a well-kept image, persona, and style. Show your newfound image, your newfound persona, show yourself off to the amazing world. You never know who's waiting right around the corner. Happy grooming, dear gents. Jai Hind.